Hi everyone, I'm Causing Claire and I cause your reality. So as always with each live session, I'm going to start with the Guru Vandanam to invoke the presence of the Master in order to cause and create our realities. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Yanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Satisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunadahitam Satgurum Tam Namami Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Welcome everyone, good to see you, glad you're here. So for today's live session, I haven't really had a lot of time to spend with you guys and ask just random questions you might have about manifesting and how I actually create your realities and how that whole process works, how I was initiated, how I am initiated, and how all of that works. So if you guys have questions, why Indian people eat too much hot sauce, well, that I couldn't answer. I have no idea. I myself am partial to some spicy foods, so I can certainly understand it. But yeah, if you guys have questions for me, and also put in the comments what it is that you want to manifest. Okay, so you can write in the live comments here what it is you want to manifest, and I'll make sure that we are actively doing that throughout this session as well. Okay, we can absolutely do a meditation too. We will do that as part of the live session also. And really, it's Sunday. I'm just kicking around, and I thought, I'd love to get to know you guys a lot more and a lot better. My voluptuous body. Okay, I love it. Yeah, so, let's talk about body for a second. You guys are an energy in a body. This physical body is like our vehicle, right? It's our vehicle, and we come and we sit in this body, and then we use this vehicle for whatever. So how you treat your vehicle is up to you, and the majority of weight gain, or the majority of people that have body image issues or that have food patterns, you know what? It has nothing to do with your diet or your eating. Actually has nothing to do with it. It has to do with your beliefs and your thought patterns and what you think about things. So for example, I had an eating disorder the majority of my life, and I, would bing bang all over the place. I was usually 50 pounds, and I was down 50 pounds, or I was 30 pounds and down 30 pounds. And, I would yo-yo, and I would binge, and then I would purge, or I would starve myself. I've had both anorexia and bulimia. And it was interesting because when I went to India for the first time to meet my guru, my enlightened master, Paramahamsa Nityananda, I went to that 21-day yoga and meditation retreat, and I didn't go there to lose weight or get healthy. I went there because mentally I was exhausted, I was depressed, I was suicidal, I didn't know what else to do with my life. A byproduct of that 21-day program is that after I left, all of my food patterns had been healed. I didn't feel the need to binge anymore. I didn't feel the need to even think about food anymore. I literally just every day I ate what I ate, and that's it. And I was within 5 to 10 pounds ever since, and that's been over 8 years. So it just goes to show you that, there is food patterns that exist in your body, and if you get to the root cause of why you eat the foods you do and why you eat at all, often you'll find that you can just start dropping weight without even thinking about changing your diet. Okay, so something high rec. How is the weather in the Rockies? Okay, well, in Alberta where I live, we are prone to what is called Chinooks. And Chinooks are really warm air fronts that come in because I'm close to the Rocky Mountains. And so we're sort of in Chinook mode right now. So although it's a bit cool, it's not snowing, which is nice, which can happen a lot in April. So yeah, the weather's doing okay there. Melody. Thanks for asking. All right, let me just see what you guys have. Okay, yes, we will do meditation. Maritza, Melissa, I believe the lottery and family. Yeah, okay. So, blessings for financial abundance. Anyone that wants to manifest wealth, blessings. What I want you guys to think about when it comes to wealth manifestation, go back to childhood and ask yourselves the question, what do I believe about money? What did my parents teach me about money? What do I think about it? When I think about money, do I think about people that have a lot of money are greedy? Is it that my thought process is that it's rude to talk about money? Am I afraid of money? Am I think I'm always going to be poor? Do I think there has to be a certain amount of money in my bank account in order to feel comfortable? Dig into your childhood understandings of what money was, because that's what set up your version of the world when it comes to money. Okay? So for me, I'll share my story. My experience with money is that money equaled love. So my mother, who's she passed 2 years ago, but she was an alcoholic. And so she did the best that she could with this, the tools that she had, but she would buy me things in order for me to feel loved. So anytime I thought about wealth or money, that equaled love for me. So if I didn't have money, that meant I wasn't loved. And if I, had any sort of debt that I would have occurred, that meant that I was really unloved. Like I had really connected the two as a child, because you don't have those cognitions, right, as a child, about what money means. So you create your own vision of it. So you have to dig down into those roots to understand your core beliefs about money. So in this case, I'd take a paper and pen and I would just think about, okay, when I think about money, what are all the childhood patterns and memories I have that I heard my parents or society or people around me talk about money? And you'd be surprised just by going through that list how much opens up, and then how you can actually complete with those beliefs. Because everyone on this live video with me right now, please understand that. Thank you so much for that present, C. Super cute. Oh, you're so sweet. Super cute, super cute. Oh, now you're just spoiling me. Okay, and you have Claire at the end of your name, so now I'm getting really excited. Okay, now you're gonna make me blush. All right, so what I want you guys to understand is that you manifest, and this is super important, you manifest your beliefs. Thank you for all these gifts. You're so very kind. You manifest your beliefs, not your wants. So you might think this is what I want and this is what I believe. If you don't have what you want right now, if you actually don't have what you want right now and you've been trying for more than being in these sessions with me, guess what? There's a belief that's holding you back. Otherwise, you'd already have it. Okay, so there's what's called blind spots. And blind spots can't be seen by you. If you could see it, you could see it and you'd fix it, right? So you have blind spots. And if you don't already have what you want, there's work that has to be done. I know everyone wants the easy path from me to just snap my fingers and say, okay, blessings, and it's done. And you know what? Guru, Enlightened Master, he has that compassion and ultimate blessing, and a lot of times that does happen. But I'm also being realistic with you about all the work that I've done in my life, and it always comes back to, okay, Claire, what are your core beliefs? And if your question is, how do you figure out your core beliefs? You figure out your core beliefs by asking yourself, when you're triggered in life and when things have gone badly in life, it's usually in those down moments that you ask yourself, why do I feel what I'm feeling? Can you name the feelings? And when in your life have you felt that before? Go back into your childhood and think, okay, when did I first feel that for the first time? When did money become a thing? I remember specifically for me, I was offered a commercial. My grandfather worked for the TV station back in Lethbridge, Alberta, CFCN, and I was offered to be in a 7-Eleven commercial. And I was so excited, not 7-Eleven, sorry, a Sprite commercial. I was offered to be in a Sprite commercial. And I was a kid, and so I was all excited, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be my first time making money. And then, we get to closer to the time of the commercial, and then literally like the day of, I had been in hair and makeup and all that, and then they come and tell us that, you know what, They've decided to cancel it. Funding's been canceled, and that's it. I took that on as my failure. Had nothing to do with me, but immediately, that was under the age of 7, I had this worthiness of I'm not worthy of money. And it took me years to figure that out and remember that story. When you're ready for the stories, they'll come. Okay? All right, let's see what else. Yeah, so for relationships, okay. All these manifestation techniques, by the way, work for health, wealth, relationship, weight, everything. Okay? It works for anything. And so you can use the same principles over and over again. So I'm just going to look through the comments. Hi, all of you. Oh, I love you guys all so much. I am just looking through each thing. Hi. Yes. Hello, everyone. Okay, good to see all of you. I've seen all your names. Okay, blessings. Okay, so let's talk about relationships. This one's gonna suck. Sorry, peeps. And you know what? It does apply for all of it, but you'll know about me, the thing that I do the most is tell you the mother truth, even if it sucks, okay? I'm not gonna ever not tell you the hard truths because that's how we learn, okay? And the hard truth is that your relationships are a reflection of your inner space, okay? And yeah, so you, Sir Nami, yeah, I understand, no worries. He's saying that I'm not talking about my weight, you're talking about your voluptuous body. I know, own it, amazing, I love it. It just triggered weight in my mind because so many people ask about that, so don't think I'm talking about you personally. Okay, so your relationships are a reflection of your inner space. So what that means is, whatever you think about yourself and feel about yourself, that space inside is an energy. Okay, everything is an energy. When I look around right now, I don't see solid matter. Like this chair, I have to it feels like I can push my hand through it, right? I know that it doesn't look like it, but it feels that way. Everything is energy waves. And some things are denser energy waves and some things are looser energy waves. So for example, when I look outside and I see through the window, all I see is just intense sparkles because the energy is very diffused. But in here, this chair, it's a solidly packed energy, right? So just like this body is more solidly packed, but everything is energy. And once you realize that everything is energy waves, then this is when you start to understand that the energy you hold inside of you, that energy has a frequency and it has a wavelength. And so if you've ever heard of like attracts like, if you know anything about science or quantum physics, string theory, okay, science is starting to be able to explain why this thought current you have inside of you, all right, what it does is the core beliefs you have and the core thoughts you have, that attracts the things outside to you. So here's the bad, crappy news, okay? If there's someone in your life that you have a bad relationship with, instead of looking at it and saying, what's wrong with this person? Why don't they treat me well? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? The opposite is actually the truth, which is, why do you treat yourself like that inside? Why do you feel like that inside? Why do you allow that experience inside of you? Work inside out. When you start working on the inside energy thought patterns and beliefs, you'll notice that the outside world will then change. It's not the other way around. You don't work on the outside world and then your inside changes. It's the opposite. You work on the inside world and the outside world changes. Oh, namaste, 428 Bella. First time here, welcome. Thank you. Someone asked me what causing Claire means. Such a great question. Thanks for asking. So I'm known in our spiritual community. Kailasa is our spiritual community with my guru, my enlightened master, Paramahamsa Nityananda. I'm known as the causer. So what that means is that people from all over the organization, yes, and I will absolutely, Proy 2020, explain more about that. People in the organization know me as the causer. So I can cause people's reality. Anytime someone was stuck or they wanted to manifest money, or they were stuck in like a problem they couldn't get out of, or there was a thought pattern they had, or a relationship problem, they would come talk to me. And for whatever reason, I was blessed with my guru's initiation to specifically cause others' realities. And I was doing this before I was even initiated. I just didn't understand it. So I was actually like a psychic before. Like I equated it with Western technology and understanding, where I was considered a psychic. I would do readings, and, you know, I had a paid business and all that. And then as I matured more and I became more in the enlightened space, I then started to realize that that was close for me, right? Like it was close to what I was here for, but it wasn't the exact thing that was resonating with me. And if you guys watched my first live video, long story short, I ended up having a healer from my guru, initiated healer from my guru, do a healing on me. And I had a vision of him without knowing who he was. And the second I had that vision of him and I connected with him, then everything else dropped and I became his disciple. And what that means is that my life purpose, sorry, I get emotional when I start talking about it because he saved my life. My life purpose is to cause others' realities. It is to make what you want happen, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. I went from, wanting to take my life and trying to commit suicide in 2011 to now waking up every day and saying, how many people can I enrich today? How many people can I help? Please, universe, please, guru, just put whoever needs to be in front of me. Even if it's just one person that shows up on a live video every day with me, that is enough for me. One human is enough for me to feel like I have a purpose, and that what I've gone through in my life would resonate with another person and make you feel like it's possible. Okay, so causing Claire is because my spiritual group knows me as the causer. And so I went with Causing Claire with my YouTube channel a few years back. And then I've just kept the name ever since, Causing Claire. So thanks for asking. I know I sort of got a bit off track. We were talking about relationships. Yeah, can you describe more about working on the inside? Okay, so working on the inside means when you were out living your life, everybody, when you're out just doing your thing, that narrative inside your head, that voice inside your head that tells you things, that is your inner space. So when something happens to you, let's say you're driving and someone cuts you off, that experience you have inside of you, whatever triggers you, if it's anger, if it's, oh, that person's whatever, if it's, oh, life's unfair for me, like pay attention to what you feel and think in that moment. That'll give you a hint to your inner space. If you currently have children and they trigger you left, right, and center, which all children do, I have a 5-year-old, right? Think about what it is that is in your head. What are you telling yourself? Is it that you're not a good mom? Is it that you have done everything you can and your children have still turned out like crazy pants? Like, what is it that you're thinking about you? When you get into a fight with somebody, what's the default feeling? Is it the need to be right? Is it the need to like just throw them out of your life and that doesn't matter what they say, they're wrong? If a coworker or your bosses are famous for triggering our inner space. Okay, so when you are in that nobody's looking and nobody's watching negative experience of ourselves, because to be honest, peeps, 90%, 95% of your day is spent in that ego space, not in the blissful, enlightened space. It's spent in that ego space, that I'm triggered in some way space. When you start understanding those core thought currents, and then once you understand them, what you have to do is then shift the energy into something else. And how you do that, there's many ways. One of the ways we do is in this meditation that we'll do in a few minutes, right? But it's writing things out and journaling things out when you're upset is so helpful to see the inner space. What do you talk to yourself about? What do you say to yourself in those moments when you're not feeling well? when things aren't going well? Are you pep talking yourself? Probably not. You get there eventually, but it's not the first thing that comes to mind, not even for me, right? So that's how you start to understand your inner space. And when you start to change your inner space, it's that you start to change the thoughts and the thinking and your cognition about you. There's 3 things that work on inner space. There's a 4th, but it's a bit more complicated, but there's 3 things. So I want you guys to all listen carefully, who's ever here, okay? Number 1, how you feel about you is your inner space. That's your inner image. How you feel about you. And trust me, it's never positive. Otherwise, you would be enlightened. Number 2, your inner image is 1. Number 2 is your outer image. What does outer image mean? Outer image is the exact opposite of your inner image and what you project to the world. Whatever you project on that daily basis, when you're out with your friends, when you're at work, when you're, when we used to interact with other human beings besides on social media, however you project you is usually the complete opposite of how you actually feel about you. So if you're one of those people that, projects I'm a strong, powerful person and no one messes with me, or that I'm this sweet, innocent thing and people just really like me, I'm super nice, whatever you're projecting on the outside, it's probably the complete opposite of how you feel on the inside. And just so you know, that's normal. So the inner image and the outer image, the gap between those two are what we call incompletions. Incompletions are all those feelings and situations that have happened from childhood and in between. Okay, so understanding your inner image and your outer image and the gap between those two. And then the 3rd thing is others' image. Others' image is how people perceive you. Okay, so those are the 3 images: your inner image, your outer image, and how people perceive you. So outer image is doable, inner image is very, very doable. Others' image is one of the tougher ones because you have to take responsibility for that, and that's like a next level type enlightenment technique that I'll get to another day. But the point is, anytime you're triggered throughout the day, write down what it is you're feeling and why, and then ask yourself the question, have I felt that way before? Okay, what else do we have in terms of questions? All right. Hi. I have been stuck and I'm an empath in training, but I have a hard time fully opening. Yeah, so that's another thing. So this whole empath thing, right? So the reality is that people's energy have an effect on you and you have an effect on people's energy. That is just the reality of what we call karma in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And karma doesn't mean what most people think karma means, okay? But essentially is, whatever you feel and someone feels back, your inner space and the cleaning you do there is the most important thing you can do. So if you let in negativity in terms of your thoughts, and if you believe what other people say about you as your core thoughts, that's when you can get sick. And that's when people start, suffering from depression and anxiety and all these things without understanding why. Okay? But the control that you have is on your inner space. So sitting here with all of you, right? It's taken me a long time in my spiritual journey to be able to be in front of people and be so open and not be totally terrified of someone coming and abusing me on social media and rejecting me on social media and telling me that, I'm wrong or this, that, or the other thing. And it's happened already since I've been on TikTok. Obviously, it's part of what happens on social media, but my space is that it doesn't hurt me as much as it used to. Does it still hurt? Yeah, I'm still working on that, right? But it doesn't destroy me like it used to. Someone called me a fraud the other day and that I was just trying to manipulate people. And I truly don't believe that. So that's why that one just sort of bounced off, because I don't believe that about myself. That's not why I'm here. And you can say it a million times to me and I'm going to laugh in your face and say, you were so wrong about that, and I'm clear. But if it hurt me in some way, that means that you believe it on some level and you have to change that belief. Okay, so best thing you can do is meditate and clear your space and watch your thinking and thoughts. Do you ever not want to manifest something for a person because you know it's not good for them? Excellent question. I'm so glad you asked that question. So because I manifest through my enlightened master, right? I'm not manifesting as Claire as a human being. What I do is I invoke his presence. He's opened my third eye and I look through his third eye. So I'm using his enlightened energy and it's channeling through me. So I'm completely protected from worrying about what is good or not good for someone because the universe makes that decision for me. I'm just like the vessel, right? I'm like a light bulb, and when the light turns on, the light sees everything, and then when the light turns off, I go and I do my normal day, okay? So there's huge responsibility in doing what we do, and I take that responsibility very seriously. And what I do in order to make sure that I have the right vessel for it is, that's why I work out, I do yoga, I usually just drink juices. Like, I'm usually a juice drinker. I drink juices up until 5 p.m. Maybe I'll have some solid food, but I keep my body very pure, and I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I don't do any of those things, not judging in any way, but if you're going to be a space for others and you're going to manifest other people's realities and you're going to show up to be a space to change humanity, that comes with a big responsibility, and I take it seriously. So I, through my guru, always say, right, like, you see through the third eye, and I don't censor myself. Whatever he shows me and asks me to tell somebody, I will. And then the universe will decide, is that good or not good for someone? So that's why if someone says, hey, I want to win the lottery, Claire, will you bless me for that? And can you make that happen? I always say yes, because the cosmos will always bless what you want. But the cosmos will also give you exactly what you need. And if it is that, you'll get that. And if it isn't, you won't. And that's out of my control. And all I can do is do the behaviors and actions. And I don't focus on worrying about the results. I don't worry about whether or not what I bless is going to become reality or not. I know that the second you've seen me, because I have that third eye connection, you've been blessed by the cosmos. And I go to bed feeling so good about that every night. For anyone that, gets to see him through me, I've done my job. Because you get the ultimate blessing just by even watching these videos. This behind me, this lovely enlightened being behind me, like I said, it's a cutout. It's a plexiglass, but he's come in and he's initiated and blessed it, and his energy sits there. And if you were in this room with me, you'd be able to actually feel it. And I actually see him as a human sitting there. I don't see the plexiglass, I see the human. Like that being, that enlightened being, I see it's moving, it's smiling, talks. I know I sound like a crazy pants, that's okay. I'm willing to be putting myself out there with crazy. I see it as real, which it is. Okay, thank you. I want my brother, he left home. Okay, blessings, I'm sorry about your brother leaving home. So just give me one sec. Not showing where, but showing okay. All right, that's the best I can do to be shown right now. Sometimes I'm shown exactly, sometimes I'm not shown, but okay. You can just feel okay, being taken care of, no worries. All right, do you guys have other questions? I ask myself why I am constantly here. 428 Bella, I love you. I don't know why you're constantly here. I hope you enjoy. Whose paper cutout is this? Okay, Oli Milling. So this is a plexiglass. Okay, it's a 1/4 inch plexiglass. What are your pronouns? I'm she. I go as she. Thank you for asking. So this is a plexiglass cutout of my guru, my enlightened master, Paramahamsa Nityananda, who I'm initiated by. This is who I manifest your realities through, and who is the love of my life. Oh, I love having a guru. It's amazing. It's such a blessing, and to be taught at the feet of a master. is amazing. You guys can like equate it to, like, if you think about the Dalai Lama or Buddha, and you know how they've had that lineage, same thing in India with enlightened masters, and we just sit at his feet and he just energizes and gives us teachings. It's often taught in Hinduism. It's the master teaches through the words to the disciples. So it's never typically written down, it's only through speech. So have you met this guy personally? Of course I have, yes. I don't know, so have I met him? Yes, I've met him in person. I've done programs with him, how many times? 3 times, 3 21-day programs where I literally sat with him for 21 days straight, 3 times in a row. 1 time was in Cambodia, 2 times were in India, and we're now online. So he sees me on Zoom, I see him on Zoom, and you guys can all see him on Zoom too. So we have initiations every night, and he does a discourse, which is what's called a satsang every night. So I always post the links to where you guys can connect if you want, and you guys can all get initiated too. Oh, so the haters have arrived. Okay, great. So I always know I must be on the right track and super popular when the haters have arrived. Okay. So anyways, if you're interested in, you know, anything other than being supportive here, just please leave, okay? Because I'm not interested in your bullshit, and I know all of the news stories and the fake news stories, and if you watch my other video about how persecuted we've been and how lied we've been, and I don't see you sitting here healing others and being a space for others and spreading light and love. I see you sitting here hating. So go hate somewhere else, because we don't want you here, okay? Be gone. Anyways, all right, guys, for the rest of us that are not here for anything other than blessings, you guys aren't haters? Okay, fine. I'll give you another chance if you're not haters. Okay, so he's in a safe location right now. Nobody has disclosed his location because the last time, sorry, it's emotional for me. The last time I was able to see him in person after I left the ashram, they tried to burn him alive in India, and they locked him in a hut and closed all the doors and set him on fire. And he survived, and we got him out of India. Now we've been protecting him ever since. So he has done nothing but enrich humanity. There's a lot of fake news stories about him, that he is a rapist, that he is a child abuser, that, you know, there's all these things. Indian media and anti-Hindu forces all over the world are constantly persecuting us. That's why we've created Kailasa, which is an online Hindu nation, because we could not practice Hinduism in India. I don't know his location. He's in a safe location, and they're not disclosing it to me so that no one tries to kill him again. But he's online, so you can see him online over video if that's what you want. Okay, I didn't say you were anti-Hindu. I said there is a lot of anti-Hindu forces that have tried to persecute him, and I'm not interested in. Yeah, I know. I5 moderators. Thank you. 428 Bella, thanks. I'm new to like doing lives, and next time I'll do that. I'll have moderators so that I don't have to sit here and like answer these questions. So anyways, all right. For the rest of us that are here for our purpose of manifesting, let's do that, okay? So we will do our meditation now, and no, you're spreading false information. You're spreading your opinion. So this is my opinion, and it's my live channel, so you get to leave my live channel, and you can go live video your own and have a bunch of people follow you, and you guys can have that discussion. I'm not interested, so please leave. Okay, so anyways, back to being in the space of enriching. And what's funny, everyone, is that anyone that comes in, even as a hater, Swamiji sees these people and blesses them anyways because of his ultimate compassion, and then they end up getting blessed. So if anything, like, I'm glad you're here. It's doing you a service to be able to be blessed then by the Guru. Mermaid Gypsy, no, I'm not seeing your comments. What are you saying, love? Let me scroll through. Okay. Let me go find your comments and then we'll do our meditation, okay? Oh, thank you. Mermaid Gypsy, please, yes, let's connect and you can you can moderate my feed next time. I don't think we can do it mid-thing, can we? I have to just set that up next time. Yes, okay. Yeah. See, Norna Claire, blessings. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So yes, next time I'll set up a moderator so that we can get all these other people out of here and we can just do what we need to do. Okay. So yes, blessings to all of you. Okay. So I'm going to close my eyes and I want us to take our pen and paper. Okay, so let's do our live manifesting. Let's take our pen and paper and let's write down what we want to create as our reality. I'll tell you guys what mine is as you write down yours. I want to continue to be the space of strength and love and continue enriching humanity despite the hate that gets thrown at me, despite the negativity that gets thrown at me, and that it just rolls right off of me and just bounces right off, because I'm here to help other people. I'm here to love other humans, and I'm here to let humans know that you are a seed of possibility and you can create any reality that you want in your life, and I'm here to help you do it. And that's what I stand for, and I'm going to be strong through that no matter what gets thrown at me. And I would even stand in the face of getting stoned to death in order to get this done, and I would take that and I would do that. So that's what I stand for, and that's what I'm manifesting, is that kind of strength for myself. So let's write down everything that we want to create as our reality. And I just want to tell you how much love I feel right now from all of you that are here supporting me, and I'm so happy to be here and be the space for you and support you. Thank you. My Guru's name is Paramahamsa Nityananda. Okay, so once you've written down what you want to create as your reality, okay, after watching your money manifestation, I won a lot of money on the Grand National. Thank you. Awesome, John. I'm so happy to hear that. I love the good news stories when manifestations have come true. So thank you so much for posting that. And remember, every little thing matters, guys. Even if it's just like, you know, oh, I manifested like the best thing I wanted for dinner tonight, even though I didn't know I was going to have that. Like, whatever it is, please make sure that, you know, just amazing. Okay, please make sure you celebrate all your wins. Okay, now that you've wrote down what you want to create as your reality, now I want you to write down all of the reasons why you don't think it'll happen, right? This is where we allow our hearts to open and say, okay, what are my core beliefs? This is where your core beliefs get shown to you when you start writing down what it is that you want to create as your reality and all the reasons why you don't think it'll happen. Okay, so be open, be vulnerable, Write it out. This is where you start changing your inner space, by being clear with yourself about what it is you actually feel. Like for me, even in this moment, I just wonder, I just so badly want to do you all justice, and sometimes I freak out a bit and think, you know, can I hold the space for all of these people? And I have that like minute of doubt. But you know what? I bet you if I were to ask all of you how you feel about me and what you think I'm capable of in these spaces, I'm pretty sure that you guys would all believe in me. So that sort of answers my own self-doubt question. Yeah, sorry guys, I've tried to block. I'll have to get a moderator on next time. Like, I'll block off my channel, but there'll be more that come. Like, the second people find out about how we enrich in this way, they come find us and they do this. It was only a matter of time. So thank you, Mermaid. I love you for that. Thank you guys. I'm sorry that this is disrupting your space, but let's focus on us. They don't matter. Light outshines darkness is what someone posted to me the other day, and that's the truth. So let's let our light and focus our light. And the best thing you guys can do for me is get exactly what you want. That's the best revenge, is to get what we want. Okay, so let's do that. So focus. We've written down what we want to create as reality. Let's write down any of the reasons we doubt it might become true, so that we can understand what's sitting in our inner space that needs to be changed. Ooh, just to make them extra mad, I'm gonna play my guru's chant. Chant them all away. Really drive them nuts. Okay, so one more minute to write down any doubts you have about manifesting what you want. Even if it's a doubt about me, you can write that down too, hey? Like, you can be like, I'm not sure Claire is going to be able to do this. Write that down also, because that is a trust thing, okay? So there's no like hurting my feelings here. We have to be raw with ourselves about the reasons why we doubt. So if it's me that you doubt, that's okay. Write that down. Okay, a couple more seconds. Write down any last things that come up in your space. Okay, so now we take this piece of paper and we make a conscious decision. The majority of things that we've created in our inner space have been unconscious, right? From 0 to 7, you didn't consciously go and decide, oh, I don't feel worthy. Oh, I don't feel loved. You know, you heard someone tell you you couldn't do something in your life. You didn't consciously take all those things and then say, okay, that's what I want to become. Right? So now we are undoing things consciously. So when you've written down all of the things that you doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, that you don't think is possible in creating what you want, now I want you to consciously choose, this is not you. This is thoughts and energies that are just easily able to be transmuted. Okay? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed, right? So rip all of it up, scratch it all out, and consciously decide this is not you. Okay, you get to choose now in this moment. So cross it all out, rip it up, burn it in a safe way, throw it away. Just get it out of your space. Get it out of your house at some point in time. You don't have to run away right now, but you know, clean it up. While you do that, I have some juice. Okay, next piece is the visual part. Okay, so now we're going to do the visual manifestation. And the visual manifestation is when I first ask you guys to close your eyes. I won't do it yet, but when I ask you to close your eyes, yes, you can ask for whatever you want. There's no right or wrong here. Okay, let me explain to you guys something about cosmic law. You might not like it, and especially if you are a certain religion, I don't want to offend you. I'm just telling you guys my experience. You guys are sitting here with me, so I'm giving you my experience. Take it or leave it. There's no right or wrong, and there's no she's right or she's wrong, okay? But in cosmic law, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, okay, the only thing that is right or wrong that you're judged for in the cosmos when you leave this body is, did you murder someone? Okay? It's not, did you, sleep with somebody's husband or girlfriend or wife or spouse or whatever. It's not, did you even physically harm someone? That's a thing, but if they didn't die, then okay. If you stole something, by cosmic law, nothing belongs to anybody. We've decided as society and humans that we possess. There's no actual cosmic law that says, hey, if you put your name on something, that's yours and you're not allowed to share it. Okay, so there really is no right or wrong here. So whatever you want to create as your reality, that's what you want to create. As long as you're not asking me to murder someone for you or create someone's death, then it's free game. Okay? All right, fantastic. So now, close your eyes. And everyone close their eyes. And I want you to think about the one thing that you want to create as your reality. And then I now want you, just like you wrote down on the piece of paper, I now want you to feel in your body and in your mind all of that self-doubt, any negativity that comes up that makes you think that what you want to create as reality won't happen. And I want you to do it in a visual way now, where your eyes are closed and you can feel it in your body. Any self-doubt, any self-hatred, any self-denial. Sometimes there's an incident that comes up. Right away I can feel my throat got sore. It was like immediate sore throat. Okay, so which means that I'm scared of speaking my truth right now because I'm being attacked, right? So I can feel that I have this incompletion there that needs to clear. So feel in your body any self-doubt, any self-hatred, any self-denial, any thoughts that come up, any visuals that come up. Allow yourself to experience all of that with your eyes closed. I'm going to put the chanting back on, and we're going to do that for a few minutes. Just let it all come out. Even if it's the same thing every day, that's okay. What's hurting you? What is hurting your heart right now? And relive it intensely. Don't remember it. Reliving means you're there in that moment, going through it with all of the emotions again. patterns get released through bodily fluids. So tears, sweat, and just keep allowing anything that's negative in your space to come up and release. One more minute. Okay, and with your eyes still closed, now I want you to consciously decide and choose again that what you just experienced is not you, right? It's just energy being released. Memories are energy, feelings are energy, thoughts are energy, pains in your body are energy. That's all it is energy being released, and you can consciously choose and decide that no, this is not me. Getting what you want in life is a decision. That's it. It is so easy, even though it feels so hard. It's a conscious decision to say, I'm going to be in the space of powerfulness. So if you choose that space now to drop all of your incompletions and your patterns, and if you choose to be complete in this moment, in this space, then now, let's consciously choose and say, yes, I am complete. And now I want you to visualize your reality as if it's already happened. In this moment, right now, it's happened. You're there, you're feeling all the things, you're hearing what people are saying, you're seeing the excitement on my face, celebrating with you that it's happened. Use all of your senses. Feel it, hear it, see it, know it, pretend it, imagine it. You don't have to actually see it. Some people don't see in visuals. Just pretend. Just imagine it's happening. So for a few minutes, let's intensely visualize what we want as our reality as if it's happening right now. Keep intensely visualizing, keep enjoying. Visualizing what you want to create as your reality as if it's happened already right now. Last minute. Okay, so now with your eyes closed, I want you to take 3 deep breaths. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. Blessings, tatas, too, for all of your realities to become to fruition as soon as possible. Blessings. You can open your eyes. Okay. So, that was great. I really enjoyed. So, I always say, like, I go through this process every single day because it's a lifestyle for me, right? Like manifesting and co-creating the life that, yeah, mermaid, trust me, you stood up for me, girl, and you offered to help me. So you got immense blessings, my love. So thank you so much. All of you that were here supporting, the ultimate cosmic blessing happened for you. So thank you so much. Yeah, and Bella, it's good that you cried because, you know, that's how you release a lot of the patterns that get stuck in the body. And it's just patterns that got stuck, right? So it's just being able to release all of those, and then things start shifting very quickly. So I, as always, will post where you can get connected with Kailasa, which is our online Hindu nation, and I will post where you can get initiated by my guru. There's so many free programs that are offered, and I'm not special. Okay, what that means is that it's just not like only me that can get initiated or third eye awakened or anything like that. Everybody in humanity can. That's why all of us are here, and only the people that, you know, are ready for that space end up in my space. So I'm so grateful to each one of you. Yeah, girl. Bella just saw some money falling. I love it. So I'm, thanks guys. I appreciate what you say I'm not special. I just mean that, like, you guys can do the same thing. Like, you guys have all the same opportunity to, you know, that doesn't, yeah, of course. Yeah. If you felt third eye movement, no doubt. Right. Yeah, I get it, Bella. So, you know, I'll send you guys all the links. And here's the thing, like, let's say you go and do an initiation online and it doesn't resonate for you. Okay, great. So what? It doesn't. Find what does, right? Like, I'm here to support any of your journeys. There's no specific journey, and there's so many ways to get here, right? There's so many ways to the path to enlightenment, and it's different for everybody. For me, Hinduism is what I connected with, and for me, in order to learn as quickly as possible, ended up having a guru and enlightened master that I learned from, and that just resonates with me. And so find what resonates with you. So a couple more minutes if you guys have anything you guys want to know, even if you just like ask me any sort of question. If you don't mind doing it in front of a group though, if you're not comfortable, don't. But maybe mine didn't work because of a distraction and I joined so late. Oh, don't worry, no worries. There's no time and space. What that means is that just because you came at a certain time doesn't mean that you also didn't experience that whole thing. Like, I can't wait till science catches up to explain all of this, right? So I also, the last visualization we did, I remember to tell you guys to put your hand on your heart and just feel that connection. And, you know, just remember the space. So, all right, guys, any questions for me that you want? Yeah, blessings for your animal sanctuary. Is this the traditional Hindu religion? So we are reviving Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and it is the most ancient Vedic science that we're reviving. Oh, Mercedes, thank you for the gift. That's so sweet. And, oh, Alice and you too, you guys. So nice. You guys don't have to do that, okay? But thank you. That's very sweet. But yeah, not required. But I love you guys. Thank you. So there's a lot of different versions of Hinduism. The one we're doing that we're reviving is Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Okay, and that's very traditional and very sacred, very anxious. Yeah, very anxious, very ancient. Okay, so I have, I feel just compelled to do this, so I'm gonna do it. Will my money come? Yes, blessings, Deborah, of course. Is it okay to visualize and manifest the results several times during the day? Yes, so this is actually a good point. If at any point in time your self-doubt comes up again, just revisualize what you want to create as reality. You have to keep a constant hawk eye watch on your thoughts. So the second it comes in as a doubt, you get to choose in that moment. Is that what I want? Yes or no? Is this me? Yes or no? And if it's not, do what's called spontaneous completion, which is you drop that thought and then you just redeclare, this is what I want to create as my reality. It's a constant battle with your ego. Constant battle. And you have to keep on it, okay? It's not one and done. The people that manifest the most successfully are the ones that have that constant focus on it. You guys just showing up here every day like this is a form of what's called will persistence, that you're dedicated to having this be a life practice. Manifesting that our business grows and prospers, blessing. Does this work on our chakras? Yes, 100%. So everything in chakras come from Hinduism, come from Vedic science. Yes, it works on all the chakras. Does Reiki healing help bring in your manifestation quicker? So I am initiated into a different healing modality, but if you are Reiki trained or have Reiki healing, you will have that energetic experience. My only caution to anyone that does any kind of even massage or Reiki or anything that exchanges energy with another person, make sure you know who that person is and what their practice and process is, because that can go back and forth. Okay, so that's why I'm vegan, that's why I don't drink, that's why I don't smoke, that's why I do yoga, that's why I don't really eat solid food. I juice most of the time in order to keep my energy clear and my space clear so that I can manifest for more people. So can I go on later in the day? Yeah, I can absolutely go on later in the day. I've just ended up picking around this time, it seems. So what do we do now? Deborah, you just enjoy and live your life. That's what you do now. So nothing needs to happen, right? So you've all been blessed through this process, and now it's me and my guru. Now it's our job, right? Our responsibility. It doesn't mean that you can't be involved in the process and continue manifesting for yourself and, watching all the tips and tricks that I post each day to help you along that journey. But essentially what it means is I've been initiated by him, where he said to me, and I've asked the question, and I asked him, I said, I want to be able to create people's realities, and I want anyone to be able to come and ask me for anything, and for me to be able to create that for them and bless them like you do. Can you initiate me to do that? And he said yes. And he said, you will be more powerful and successful than you can even imagine for yourself, Claire. And I don't take that as an ego thing. I took that as I couldn't even see my potential and possibility at that time that he could. So he initiated me to be able to do that, but it's through him. Let me be very clear, right? Like nothing I'm doing is on Claire's behalf or my energy's behalf. It's always on the Guru's behalf, okay? Because he's the enlightened being. I'm the space for that enlightened energy. And in order for you to relate to an enlightened being, there's bodies that have to be around him for you to relate to. That's how that works, okay? So I'm a body that has an umbilical cord energetic connection. If you can see it, and if your third eye's open, you would be able to see that there's a chakra here, actually. So here's my heart center. There's a chakra here, just right sort of underneath between the breastbone there. There's one chakra here, and this chakra is it's the only kind of chakra that can be attached to an enlightened master. So his and mine is attached like an umbilical cord. So the energy flows freely through that umbilical cord connection. And all I have to do is think about him in my third eye, or do that chanting, Om Nityananda Parama Shivoham. I just have to do that, and I'm absolutely, it's just, I can't describe it. It feels like something lands in my body. And then I just speak what I see. And he uses, my body as something to relate to you to. Because not everyone looks at that and relates, right? Not everyone looks at a guru and relates to a guru. But you can relate to me. I look like anybody else. I'm a normal human person, and I am a normal human person. I have a husband, I have a son, I do all of these things like a normal human being. I'm just like everybody else. And that's why I want you to know, thank you for the gift again. I want you to know that that's why it's possible for you too. If it's possible for me, someone that, like I said, I was in a mental institute in 2011, I had tried to commit suicide, okay? Like I came from a really rough spot in life, and then I found him shortly after that. And that's what saved my life. Some people, miss out on their connection, and it can be anything. If it is, and you guys, if you see any movement, please be very clear. I don't care if you think I'm crazy or not. That is an energy, that is a deity sitting there. He is sitting there physically. That energy is there. I see him moving and talking and all this stuff. So if you see any movement, you're not crazy, okay? I promise. Yeah, he blinks and he smiles, and you'll notice the arm will move sometimes. And so the other thing, someone asked me who the other deities are. Okay, so, well, the ones that I have, so obviously Shiva, right? This is Shiva. So Paramahamsa Nityananda is actually an incarnation of Shiva. Okay. Hi, Patty Power sings. Hi, nice to see you. This, especially for all the ones that hate us, this is Kala Vedava. Kala Vedava is like the destroyer of people that try and hurt others, and also the owner of the Akashic records of time and space. So you each have an Akashic record, and a record of every single thing that's ever happened in any of your lives. So this deity in Hinduism is the owner of the Akashic records. So it's through him that I do Akashic record readings. So yeah, no, you're not crazy if you see him blink and move and all that. It's totally normal. Okay, so that's Kala Vedava. And then this is a much well-known one. This is Ganesha. You've probably all heard of Ganesha. Hi from New Zealand. Hi. So Ganesha, yeah. So this is remover of obstacles. So blessings. And this is Nandi. So Nandi, this is the goat Nandi. Okay. And Nandi is also a deity. And then, your guys' favorite, Kurma, who manifests all the wealth. Kurma. This is Kurma. Okay, Kurma is the one that manifests all the wealth. Okay, so blessings from Kurma. Okay. And then the last one I have is Devi. So this is Devi, the mother energy. Okay. So this is Devi, and she has her parrot. So blessings from mother energy as well. Is it important to have any of these yourself? Only if it resonates with you, right? Like only if it resonates with you. If Indian deities don't resonate with you and you have, something else that resonates with you, even for anyone that's like Catholic or Christian or anything like that, that resonates with you, great. I mean, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, Enlightened Masters in India, like everyone is God energy, just in different forms, and we relate with God in different ways. There's no right or wrong way for you to relate to what's considered God for you. Okay? And there's no judgment here on my end, and there's no requirement to be a Hindu at all. And there's no conversion that happens here. There's only me speaking from my experience and what resonates with me. I used to do angel cards and tarot readings and all that, and that was my thing for a long time until I shifted over into this, and this was now resonated in my life. Okay, so please always know. Oh, I understand. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying different religions can trigger different people's beliefs. Okay, so it's okay not to, you don't have to worship in this case. You can just enjoy playing with the energy of manifestation. Okay, I'm just sharing my life with you. So Allison, not to worry, okay? Like, I get it. I was actually raised Catholic. So I was raised Catholic, so I know all about that particular religion, and it took me a long time to come to terms with, moving to a different religion. But I understand Christians and Catholics, and human beings are beautiful human beings no matter what you believe, right? Just like all of my friends that are Muslim, we get along fine. They believe in Allah, I believe in, Shiva. We're still friends, we're still human beings, we still love each other, right? So no worries on your beliefs. Okay, I'm just going to go through some of the questions because I've been yabbling on forever and missing out on things. So first of all, anything that happens today from this point forward, if there's something you consider auspicious or you're like, wow, I'm surprised that happened today, message on a video, like put it in a comment on a video, because I want you guys to start documenting even the little things. Because when you start doing that, this is what you're saying to the universe. You're saying, yes, I see that, you gave that to me, thank you. And then when you start doing that on a regular basis and you have this space of gratitude and you start basically saying, I believe this, I understand this. You manifest your beliefs, not what you want. You can want it all day long, but if you don't believe it when it happens, what's the likelihood that it's going to keep happening? It won't. Okay, so when you have something happen, that's why I posted the video when I won $5 on the lottery today. I was like, I won the lottery because I did. I won $5, right? Like, celebrate that. Did I win that big, huge jackpot? No. Did I ask for that or expected it for myself? No. But I still won the lottery and I was excited over my $5, okay? I've got these beautiful, cute little gifts that you guys keep sending me. Those mean so much to me, those little tiny gifts. I'm just so sweet. So I'm like, oh, look, I manifested some sweet gifts. I manifested some protectors today. There was people in this group that came in and stood up for me and protected me and helped me. So I manifested protection today. Like, I go through all those things and I'm grateful for them, right? So that's what I mean. And so how I manifest for you every day, just to answer your question, Christine, is that, so like I said, because I've been initiated to do it, even just reading your message is enough for me to, through Guru's third eye, things start happening. Whether you know it or not, you're blessed. It gets blessed. And whatever the best way and best timing and best version of it that happens for you is when it happens. Just so you know, one of the largest manifestations I did recently took me a year. Okay? So, some things happen instantaneously. Like, I've had people that came off of here and they were like, wow, Claire, 20K just showed up. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, awesome. And then there's a thing like with my husband where it took me a year, us manifesting and working on that. And if you're thinking, well, wouldn't it have just happened anyways? Why is it a manifestation? If that's what you think and believe, then that's what you think and believe, okay? No one's going to change your beliefs. No one's here to convince you of anything, okay? So how we manifest is that every single day, my day is dedicated to enriching other people's lives. So I sit down, I do workout, I do yoga, I do all my cleansing practices, and then I go sit with my Guru, whose energy sits there, and I say, okay, every single person, and I think about all of you, and I visualize all your messages. I go through my TikTok, and I say, okay, I'm laying this at the universe's feet, blessings for each one of these people and what they want. And I just sit there and I hold that space. And I feel it in the cosmic womb. That's the best way I can describe it. There's this place. It's not part of time. It's not part of space. It's a place in between. I don't know how to describe it, but it's called the cosmic womb, and it's where manifestations are born out of. And I see all of your names and your wishes and your manifestations in that space, and I just hold in that space, and I just ask for what you want to become as reality to become true for you, and that you get connected on whatever spiritual path is right for you. And that's what I do. And then I do puja, which is a devotional offering. I offer my gratitude to the universe for everything that you guys manifest, for everything that I manifest. And then I spend some more time with my guru. I read some, Hindu scriptures. I chant a lot. And then normally I would go to my day job, which I lost on Wednesday. So it's funny because I'm like the ultimate mother manifester, and everyone knows me for manifestation. And I'm manifesting myself right out of my job. However, it's auspicious. I don't see where I'm going to land yet or what's going to happen, but I know for a fact it's auspicious. And my default pattern was not, oh my God, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, life just took my job away and now I'm screwed. No, it was, wow, something big must be coming. You just literally took my job right from out of my feet. What is it that you need me to do? I'll just sit here and wait for that to happen. And then this was right in the middle of me starting this whole TikTok thing. So I don't know, maybe I spend more time with you guys now, and that's what's needed to enrich more humans, because at work I couldn't spend a whole lot of time. So who knows, right? But you have to see everything as auspicious. You don't get to pick and choose. Bad things can't be inauspicious. Good things can't be auspicious. They're all auspicious. Okay, so do you still have negative thoughts? Yes. Otherwise, I would be enlightened by now. So I'm on the path to enlightenment still, but I've come a long way, right? I really have come a long way, and I still go through my daily struggles. I still have depression. I still have anxiety. Sometimes I still get suicidal thoughts. It doesn't mean that once you unpeel a layer and get to a certain healing level that you stop. What happens is you plateau. If you guys think about professional athletes, or even just athletes in general, you can do a squat and great. Does doing one squat make you buff? No. But you could do squats over a long period of time and you get more muscle. But at some point in time, you plateau, right? So once you plateau, then you have to do something different. Same way, on my spiritual journey, if I get to a plateau, I then now need to get to that next level of spirituality, okay? And that means that sometimes I go back through the old patterns I thought I was done with, because there's still a layer there. Because essentially, if we went through everything at once that we needed to, we'd probably explode into a billion pieces, okay? So when you get to a plateau period, you either have to do something different or you stop. If you stop, you lose that muscle, right? You lose the muscle memory. This is a constant journey that you dedicate your life to. All right. Who else? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Just looking through the last few. No, you did not miss out on anything. No worries. What was the manifesting tool you showed in a video? Tracy Stevens, are you still here? Tracy Stevens? I'm not sure which one you guys are talking about. Rick, that's awesome. That's a great way to connect. Just reading, apologies. Okay, so does anyone know what Trace was talking about? Okay, yeah. What is that? Oh, was it Korma? Korma. Okay, got it. Korma. Okay, awesome. Yes, Korma. So yeah, you can even just watch that Korma video, right? Just watch Korma video, and that's enough to like manifest things. I've had people look at Korma and then manifest money like the next day. Okay, but here's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want you guys to ever get discouraged if it's taking longer than you would have thought. You can't have any time limits or expectations on things. I know that sucks and it's hard, but it's the same thing with me. Like, it took me, like, when I manifested the first like lump sum of money, which was $100K, when I manifested my first $100K, that took me a year. So it took me a year to manifest $100,000. And then the next one after that only took me like 3 months. And then I usually manifest around 20 to 50K bunches is what I typically am manifesting, but I've also manifested just like thousands here, thousands there, and I don't even keep track. I just say thank you. Like, it's really just gratitude. And here we go, another hater. I know, let's see. Cablarage. Yeah, we know. We've already heard it. You might as well go home. Someone else has already done your work for you, okay? Okay, anyways, don't things come as when they should. Yeah, so Patty, absolutely. So divine timing is definitely a thing, right? Like, there's been times where I thought for sure that, you know, this was the right timing for something, and it wasn't. And I was so devastated. And it wasn't until hindsight, which is 2020, right, that I looked back and I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't the right time. So here's the thing. Someone just asked me the most powerful manifesting technique. Here it is. Number one, hands down. Whatever energy or God that you resonate with, do you trust that God or energy, yes or no? So I either trust my guru or I don't trust him. So if I'm going through something that is perceived difficult, or if I'm not getting what I want, or if I'm not manifesting for other people or myself, I cannot fall into powerlessness. Powerlessness means that I let it affect my inner space and my ability to feel bliss and continue enriching. If I don't like what's going on in my life and I don't understand it, and I fall into powerlessness and I start blaming my guru, that means I don't trust him. And I either trust him or I don't. I can't pick and choose. Just like with auspiciousness, it's either everything is auspicious or nothing is. There's no in between. Okay, so anytime you're going through something, or something hasn't happened, or something hasn't manifested, the mantra in your head is either I trust him or I don't. What's my choice? Okay, I do. I'll trust that you see something I don't. Okay, so that's my most powerful manifestation technique. The other one would be get initiated yourself, right? So attend an online event put on by my guru. He comes over Zoom on two-way. He sees you, you see him. He initiates you over Zoom and opens your third eye. That is the ultimate best thing that could ever happen, if that resonates with you. Only if it resonates with you, though. And just because it doesn't, that's okay. I'm still here, and you can still relate with me in this level, and nothing wrong. Okay, I just always want you guys to get the best of the best, and there's no better than the actual, we even call him an avatar, right? The avatar himself. So, sorry, I'm just laughing at the haters. They make me laugh. That's okay. It's good for a laugh. Oh, wow. All right. How did you open your third eye? Excellent question. So, you know what was interesting is that my third eye had always been open to a certain degree. I just didn't understand or realize it at the time. So, in 2010, I don't know what happened. It was right around the time where I was very suicidal and depressed, and I had a lot of anxiety. I was having panic attacks at work all the time, and I really wasn't feeling mentally well. I didn't believe in anything. I was an atheist at the time. I was like, I was just like, there's no point to life. Why am I here? My parents birthed me and it's all their fault. I didn't even ask for this. Like that type of thing. And I walked outside, and all of a sudden, all I could see was the sun's energy. Like, that's all I could see. It was so overwhelming. Everything was just like intense sparkles, and I could see like these DNA strands, and they just sort of like float, like sun rays look like DNA strands, kind of like the Matrix in like 001s. Like, it's actually pretty close. But I see like these DNA strands all down, and I I freaked out and I'm like, oh God, I've lost my mind. Like I have now really lost my mind. And so I went home and I was freaking out and I asked my husband, I was like, do you see that outside? Like, do you see what I'm talking about? And he was like, no, I don't. And I said, all I can see is energy. I don't understand what's happened. And he's like, Claire, like, I know you're depressed, yes, but you're not crazy. Like, you've probably just had some sort of spiritual awakening. I've seen you on this journey. I've seen it, you know, you be on it. So, you know, just go with it. That's what he always says to me, just go with it. And I was like, okay. So it was then that I started exploring it more. And unfortunately, I did end up in the hospital shortly after that time. I did get to that point where I tried to commit suicide. And but I had that awakening right before that happened. And then when I went and saw my guru, and he did his first third eye awakening with me, then I was like, oh, okay, now I know how to control it. It was more like a control thing for me. I didn't know how to control it before. But essentially, like, how to describe it is, instead of looking with your eyes, you're looking through an energy space, right? So when I'm looking here, I'm not looking through my eyes, I'm actually looking through my third eye, and it's just placing awareness on it. You're just placing awareness on your third eye, and then you're looking through it, and you might not see anything different right away, but just focus and practice on having your awareness here. And even if you were to just close your eyes and visualize my guru's face in your third eye, that also really helps. And then you could, like, anyone can come get initiated at any point in time, like usually around 10:30 p.m. MST. I'm in Alberta. Usually around 10:30, I'll say 10 just in case, but 10 p.m. MST. Like if you sign up on the website at Kailasa, they send out emails for when we do live initiations, and you can go on two-way, and he comes and he just opens your third eye, and nothing scary, nothing happens. It just, if some people feel nothing, some people feel a lot of things. It really depends. It's a very individual journey. So yeah, super interesting. Okay, let's see what else. Oh God, this guy's so annoying. I'm not seeing there's it's an energy center, you fool. It's not like an actual eyeball. It's an energy center. Oh, funny. All the Indians know the truth. Oh, yes. You all know the truth. You're all such enrichers of humanity. Yes, you guys all contribute so much the way us Hindus do. Mm-hmm. You're right. You're doing so much more for this group of people than I could ever do. The worst part is the karma of, like, abusing a guru, guys. Oh, you live that karma for lifetimes. So I'm blessing you and hoping that you come to your senses. Oh, I love that you guys are, like, all on him for that. You guys are sweet. Okay. I will block him. Yeah, as soon as I can, I will. I just can't in the middle of a live for some reason. And yes, I will absolutely send you the links to everything so that you guys can sign up. And like I said, she can't accept my point of view on this. Okay, then. I'm not saying I don't accept your point of view. I'm just saying get the hell out of my point of view. I'm not interested in seeing you. Okay. All right. So, any other questions you guys have? Is it normal to feel nauseous after all of this? Yeah. Okay. So, good question. Dizzy, nauseous. There's been times where I've actually gotten like a mild cold. Hi, Canada. A mild cold after these types of things, because it does a lot of clearing, right? And like I said, you'll find that crying, bodily fluids, like all that sort of stuff, fevers, you know, drink a lot of water. Everyone that's been on this session, especially for so long, drink a lot of water, because intense heat happens in the body during these types of sessions. So make sure you drink a lot of water. And then as the last thing, I don't know, I keep feeling compelled that, hi Texas, So this is my guru's book on living enlightenment. I always just sort of hold it here and I don't know, I'm getting a bad headache. Yeah, let it clear, Bella. Let it clear. Yes, taking a bath and drinking water after energy work is good. Stay calm and deal with the negativity. Okay, I shall take your advice. I will stay calm and take your negativity. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's no worries, you guys. Would you teach me how passing my exam? Oh, okay. Passing exams, number one. If you have patterns that scare you about tests, okay, like let's say you had trauma from childhood about taking tests, please complete with that feeling of fear first. Go back and remember the first time you failed an exam, or go back and remember those times when you were anxious over writing exams and relive those experiences. Reliving is relieving, and that will help you do better, okay? And then also have just confidence in you and go in with the mindset that you're just answering questions. Pass or fail, doesn't matter. Just go in, sit, answer questions, leave. Have that mindset. That's enough, okay? Yes, blessings to all of you. Definitely blessings. Okay, so I'm gonna, on behalf of all of you, so here's the book. I'm just gonna literally like open a page and just see what we're gonna, could you suggest how to sell my home fast? Yeah, definitely fresh flowers, okay? I would do some staging. You don't have to hire someone, but go through it and think about what a single couple, if there was like two people, a single couple was going to move into that house, how they would want the look and feel and flow of your house to go. I would have a bit of a lavender scent, not strong, but just gentle lavender scent. And like decorative pillows on the beds. Okay? All right. How can you change your existing beliefs? Right, so changing existing beliefs is by doing this journal work. So if you come do these live sessions, that will help start changing your beliefs. Will I be receiving more spiritual gifts? Always. Spiritual gifts always come. Okay. All right. Woo! Okay, so this is the page that I pulled. I'll just read this to you before we end, okay? It says, awaken to the freedom. It says this section contains words spoken by Nityananda, that's my guru, while briefly elucidating the poem Song of a Sannyasi by Vivekananda, a great enlightened master from India. He delivered this to a small group of ashramites in the Bidadi ashram, that's the one I visited, spiritual headquarters of the mission in Bangalore. He spoke little, but with an overflow that overwhelmed the group into dazed silence. He stopped abruptly, saying he would continue later. Parts are in bold, are words from the verses. So Nityananda explained how he works on the brahmacharis and brahmacharinis, so the young boys and girls training on the path of sannyas. Okay, so these are the children that live around the guru and just learn from the guru as part of their education system. And how they accelerate the process by understanding the process. And actually I have a story to share about that with you guys because I have a 5-year-old son. Okay. Wake up the note, the song had its birth. Far off, where worldly taint could never reach, in mountain caves and glades of forest deep, whose calm no sigh for lust or wealth or fame could ever dare to break, where rolled the stream of knowledge, truth, and bliss that follows both. Sing high that note, sannyasi bold. Say, Om Tat Sa, Om. Strike off thy fetters, bonds that bind thee down, of shining gold or darker, baser or love, hate, good, bad, and all the dual throng. No, slave is slave, caressed or whipped, not free. For fetters, though of gold, are not less strong to bind. Then off with them, sannyasi bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. So this is what the meaning of that meant. It says, whether you are caressed or whipped, a slave is a slave. Understand, currently your ego is settled in a few places. Your ego is settled in pride, lust, anger, wealth, social importance, personal freedom, and such things. As long as you live according to those things, whether you fulfill your desires or not, depression will be your base. Any manifestation of ego causes depression, either in a subtle way or in a big way. Do you understand? I think we are discussing this poem for all of you. So what this means, and it's funny, there's my son. I was going to tell you the story of my son, and here he shows up right when I was reading this poem and understanding. So basically what Swamiji's saying here, and what Vivekananda's poem was saying, was that you might think you're free based on where you live and the choices that you have, but really you're not free. Until you're free from the ego, until you're free to understand that you yourself are God, you are still a slave. When you come to understand that you are God, you are no longer a slave. You are God, I am God, everything is God. And that space of oneness, when we feel one with everything, that's that enlightened space, right? Where even this chair I could feel love and bliss for and one with, right? That's oneness. So until you reach that state where everything you feel is in oneness, you are still a slave. That was that poem. And when my son just came in and he was talking about what he teaches in Gurukul, the kids that live around him, my son, who's 5, he was blessed by the Guru. I took him to India for his first birthday, and he was blessed and initiated by him. And this little 5-year-old has the wisdom that it blows me away, the things that come out of his mouth and the wisdom that he can impart on me about what truly it is to be in oneness, and what having an innocent space is, and how they can just create anything they want because they don't have those patterns of self-hatred, self-denial, and self-doubt. Okay, blessings to all of you. I love you so much. I had such an amazing time spending with all of you. Thank you as always for joining. Miss Mermaid, you and I will hook up so that I can have a few moderators next time on my next live video. But this was a good practice for me to, be strong in myself. So, all right. I love you all so much. Blessings to each one of you. May all of your manifestations become reality. I'm going to end with a mantra called the Purna Mantra, and then I will see you guys another time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Salvam Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Parivastu. Om Nityanandam. Blessings, everyone.